tough to know. Wanting to get a 40-minute effort from your team, but it looked like you got a good 20-minute effort though.
Yeah, you know, half is better than zero, I guess. Yeah, we just came out flat. I don't know what it was. You know, I started making some early substitutions. I was trying to find energy. You know, if you were ready, Percy, you were going in. At the end, I needed to see energy. I needed to see it. You know, we started off, you know, we just lacked a little bit of focus. Some of the guys in terms of the scouts hit a couple threes early. When it's a low possession game, you know, they did a really good job of taking the clock. And then they just, I thought, played tougher than us, which is the worst thing you can say as a coach. It's the worst thing that you can say, is that a team played harder and tougher than you. And in the first half they did. They were going for loose balls, long rebounds. We did a decent job for 20 seconds, and then all of a sudden it just, you know, the air went out. But for the most part, we hung in there. You know, we couldn't make a shot. I think that sometimes affects it. You know, but when there's no rhythm to a game, the shots that you're getting just doesn't seem to fall.
And then at halftime, was that adjustments, substitutions, a speech?
I just think the biggest thing is I told these guys, you know, we've talked about it. You just have to respect the game, and you got to go out and you got to play like it's your last game every time. And if you don't, you can lose to anybody. It doesn't matter. You can't look at record. You can't look at school. You can't look at conference. It's just the way college basketball is. You see it across the country every night. Big leagues, small leagues, there's upsets. That's why they play the game. And, you know, for us to be a great team and to reach our potential, we need that focus for, you know, 40 minutes. We've shown great signs, great passing, great rebounding, great defense, and then we've shown really, you know, the you know, poor defense, poor energy, not making the extra pass. And, you know, I'm just, you know, at the end of the day, you just got to get through it. And so we knew what we were dealing with in the first half. Sacramento did a good job mucking up the game a little bit in terms of, you know, keeping everybody in the paint, trying to take charges and forcing us to make open shots. And when you go 0 for 11, I thought we got good shots. It wasn't like we forced shots. We just couldn't make them. And when that happens, the score happens.
It seems like when you look at this, you know, the sheet, and you see, you know, you give up 41 points, you're getting double digits in steals and blocks. You know, it looks like it's all just offense. I mean, when you look at just the raw numbers, but is that misleading?
No, you know, when you're in a low possession game, you know, anything can happen. That's why we went pressing in the second half. We had to try to get some tempo, some rhythm. And once you get tempo and rhythm, you get some easy baskets, you get the crowd involved, and then you get a better rhythm. So now we get a couple open threes after we've gone up and down the court with a flow, and you knock them down. But, you know, that's where we've got to be better. But I think you're right. I think, you know, you just got to. I'm big on rhythm, and we just didn't have it. But I don't think it's just offense. I think it's part of what they're doing offensively and how long we have to play on the defensive end, which hurts that rhythm offensively, which that's the result that you get.
I was also curious. I'm not looking for a comment necessarily on the officiating per se, but when they're calling, like, you know, 20 fouls in the first 10 minutes of the second half, and you talk about flow. Yeah. Isn't that another thing that's just a killer, flow?
Yeah, but they do. You know, the referees, they do a good job. You know, it's hard. It's a hard game to referee. It's a fast game. There's so many good players out there. Environment's tough. I just think, you know, Sacramento State came in and they basically said, we're going to take 30 seconds off every possession, and they did a really good job with that. They didn't turn it over for the most part. And then when they got back on defense, they kept us from getting easy baskets. They doubled Noah. They helped in the paint. There's 5 guys, and they forced us to win by hitting 3-pointers. And we just kept shooting, and we didn't make it. In the second half, we tried to make the adjustment, like, don't, you know, pump fake, go to the basket. Still try to go to the basket. Try to get to the foul line. And, you know, with the press and the crowd and that, we got a little bit of rhythm. We got a little separation, and that's why we won the game.
What did you see defensively in the second half that kind of allowed you guys to really lock in?
I just think it's all about energy. You know what I mean? Like, it's so easy when you're sitting back there and you're playing for 30 seconds, and it's like, you know, it's like the old Del Taco commercials. Same place, same thing, same thing. And it's like, you know, they're going back and they're taking it, and you're just sitting back. And, you know, that's where, you know, we had to make the change in the second half. But, you know, it's all about energy. You got to be able to fly, energy. And when you don't have it, you saw now a loose ball. They're diving on it. We're not. Ball rebound in the middle. You play. Imagine how disheartening it is. You play defense for 25 seconds, the ball bounces, and you don't get it. You know, and then you start pressing, and then you start getting tight. You know, you got to put your hat, you know, take your hat off to Sacramento State for creating that type of environment for us.
I know that the coat came off early when you were looking for answers.
It was about to be ripped off.
Who were the guys that maybe answered the call?
You know, I thought in the first half, I thought Sammy Timmons came in and gave us great energy on the defensive end. I thought he did. I thought he was tremendous. And I thought in the second half, Hamir Wright. And I pulled him early. A couple of guys I pulled early. To be honest with you, I was nervous in the second half because against Virginia Tech, you could see I took him out early and he lost some confidence. You could see he lost a little bit of confidence. And I thought he really responded well. I thought he was the key to the game. You know, it was the defense in there. He was making a miss. He was blocking shots. He was strong with the ball. Still missed a couple of bunnies on the offensive end, but for the most part, his energy and his defensive presence helped us, especially in the second half, and that's where those numbers are. You know, we defended the shot, we kept him out of the lane, and we had good interior defensive presence.
Was Nas Carter another one of those guys that really gave you his work?
You know what? There's no question about it. You know, when he starts flying and he starts going around and moving all around the court and he's on attack mode, we're just a different team. And to be able to get that production coming off the bench, I think was huge. But, you know, in the second half when they only make, how many field goals did they make?
3.
They made 3 field goals. You know, we made some fouls when they were in the bonus on the offensive glass, which we put them on the line. But for the most part, defensively, we were pretty darn good.
Hey, how can a team be aggressive in the zone? Like, how does that happen? Because
well,
teams drop back in the zone.
You know, like we can trap out of it. We can trap in the top. We can trap on the side. That's funny because now with the teams and they study, they're prepared. You know, they're ready to run a play against it and go. But you know, that's why, you know, we have different. You know, we have to have an off-speed pitch. Our 3-red was really good tonight, which is our press. We were able to, you know, get some turnovers, get some easy baskets, get some flows, force them to speed up and take maybe shots they didn't want to take rather than taking that 30 seconds, and that was the key to the game.
The early frustration was the dead ball. You were trying to get them to maybe press.
Well, what was happening is, and again, we practice our 3-red press, but we haven't practiced it where it's more situational. And what we wanted to do is do it for the entire every made basket. In the first half, we tried to do it the last 5 minutes. We just couldn't make a basket to get into it. Like, to be able to press, you got to be able to make baskets and get into it. In the second half, that's where I was a little frustrated because it wasn't just after foul shots. We wanted to get into it after every made basket. And after a couple times we score out of it, it was like glassy eyes. Like, Percy, get in the press, will ya?
Coach, you mentioned Sam coming in.
Yep.
It looked early you were getting out physical. Sam came in, got you on one. It seemed to spark some guys.
No question.
And then, you know, Nas comes in and he adds that energy, but Noah looked a little bit off as well tonight.
Yeah.
Have you got guys that can play physical and up that physical?
I think so. You know, teams have been trying to, like against our zone, they've been trying to duck in the center, and then they're bringing a guy around that. And I talk to the referees all the time about what's illegal. You know, they talk about what the movement of the cylinder or whatever the heck. You know, they keep doing this a lot. I'm like, what is it? Are you playing charades with me? You know, what are you doing? It's that cylinder, and they're ducking in pretty hard. And you know, like, listen, we're getting in foul trouble. I mean, Noah had 4 fouls in 15 minutes. You know, that's what was happening to Matisse early. We do have guys who can play physical. I thought tonight, this game, their center was about 6'8". He was aggressive, but it was more of sometimes big guys have problems against smaller guys, and that's where Hamir becomes more disruptive than a lot of guys. I thought where Sammy could be really effective was not only scoring, which he made the great move, but then also imposing his size on the offensive glass. But just the way the game was going, Hamir was blocking shots, he was disruptive, and he's a little bit better with the ball, especially on the perimeter.
You guys good?
Yes.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Guys, happy holidays.
Coach.
Thanks, Coach.